We are at video number 0041, Karma Yoga, the path to purifying the mind. Pay attention. What I am about to share with you is not merely philosophy, it is a way of living, a path to inner peace, and a bridge to the highest truth of existence. It is the sacred path known as Karma Yoga, the yoga of selfless action. In the Bhagavad Gītā, Lord Krishna reveals this timeless wisdom to Arjuna, a warrior, confused, burdened, and lost in the battlefield of life. Krishna does not tell Arjuna to escape his duties, nor to renounce the world. Instead, he teaches him how to act without attachment. He teaches him how to act without attachment, how to live without bondage, and how to transform ordinary work into a sacred offering. Let us understand this divine path step by step, not merely as an idea, but as a living truth we can practice in our daily lives. Number one, the essence of Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means union through action. It teaches that every thought, word, and deed we perform has a consequence, an invisible imprint known as karma. These karmas shape our lives, our habits, and even our future births. But the Gita offers a beautiful secret. We can act without creating new bondage. How? By performing every action with awareness, detachment, and a pure heart, offering all results to the divine. When actions are done selflessly, without craving reward, praise, or recognition, the mind becomes pure, calm, and free from restlessness. This purified mind becomes a mirror reflecting the light of the self, our true nature as pure consciousness. Point number two, selflessness, acting without ego. Understand this truth. It is not action that binds us, but our attachment to the result of action. When we act for selfish motives, what will I get? How will I benefit? We tie ourselves to expectation and disappointment. The ego grows stronger and our peace fades away. But when we act selflessly for the good of others, for the joy of doing, or as a service to God, something miraculous happens. The ego slowly dissolves. The heart expands. We begin to feel light, free, and full of joy. This is the first step in purifying the mind, to learn the art of giving without demanding. serving without expecting, and working without clinging. Point number three, detachment. Freedom in the midst of action. Krishna tells Arjun, you have the right to action, but not to the fruits thereof. Bhagavad Gītā, chapter 2, verse 47. What does this mean? It means we must act wholeheartedly, yet remain detached from what happens afterward. If success comes, be grateful. If failure comes, be steady. Let both pass like waves upon the ocean. True detachment does not mean empathy or laziness. It means performing our duties with sincerity, yet with an inner freedom that says, let thy will be done. This inner attitude is like a shield that protects the mind from anxiety, pride, and despair, the great enemies of peace. Number four, dharma, acting in harmony with every soul has its dharma, its sacred duty, its right way of living. Dharma is not only external duty, it is also the inner alignment with righteousness, honesty, and love. To act according to one's dharma is to live in harmony with the divine order of the universe. Even the smallest duty, when done with sincerity and devotion, becomes a step toward liberation. Krishna tells Arjuna, better to do one's own duty imperfectly than another's duty perfectly. Bhagavad Gītā, chapter 3, verse number 35. When we perform our own dharma with love, dedication, and detachment, we begin to purify our hearts. And through this purification, our consciousness rises to higher levels of understanding. Point number five, awareness and mindfulness, the light within. Karma Yoga is not just about outer action, it is also about inner awareness. Every thought, word, and deed leaves a mark on the mind. When we perform actions unconsciously, driven by habit, desire, or anger, we strengthen the chains that bind us. But when we act with mindfulness, with total awareness of what we are doing, why we are doing it, and with what intention, our actions become sacred. A mindful action purifies, an unconscious one binds. So, the true karma yogi lives every moment attentively while eating, walking, speaking, or serving. Such awareness is meditation in motion, and it washes the mind clean of ignorance and confusion. Point number six, Service and compassion, expanding the heart. The Gita teaches that service to others is service to God. When we help others selflessly, without pride or judgment, we purify our hearts of selfishness and separation. The great sages have said, the hand that serves is holier than the lips that pray. Serving others does not necessarily mean grand acts. Even a kind word, a gentle smile, or an act of understanding can uplift another soul. Through seva, selfless service, we awaken compassion, humility, and love. These are not merely virtues, they are medicines that heal the restless mind and open the door to divine joy. Number 7, surrender. Trusting the divine order. At the highest stage of Karma Yoga, one realizes that God alone is the doer. Our actions, our abilities, even our desires all arises from the supreme power that flows through us. When this truth dawns, the yogi naturally surrenders the fruits of all actions to the divine. This is not weakness. It is strength born of wisdom. Krishna tells Arjun, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerity you perform, do that as an offering unto me. Bhagavad Gītā, chapter 9, verse number 27. Through surrender, we drop the illusion of control. We stop struggling against life and begin to flow with its rhythm. This surrender brings immense peace, for we no longer live in resistance, we live in trust. Point number 8, the purified mind, mirror of the divine. When the mind is purified through selfless action, mindfulness, compassion, and surrender, it becomes serene, like a still lake. In such stillness, the light of the self, pure consciousness, is reflected clearly. This is the state of inner liberation which we call moksha. The karma yogi does not escape the world. He transforms it. Every action becomes worship. Every moment becomes sacred. And every breath becomes prayer. Through this path, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The mundane becomes divine, and life itself becomes an offering to God. Point number 9, the journey from action to wisdom. Ultimately, Karma Yoga leads the seeker from action to wisdom, from effort to grace. At first, We act selflessly to purify the mind. Then, through purity, we gain clarity. Through clarity, we see the truth that we were never the doer at all. The doer, the deed, and the result all are expressions of the same divine reality. When this understanding dawns, the seeker becomes free, free from karma, free from rebirth, free from sorrow. That is the culmination of karma yoga, union with the self, the realization that I am that pure, eternal, blissful consciousness. Living the teaching. Remember, spirituality is not only in temples or scriptures. Remember, spirituality is not only in temples or scriptures, it is in how you act, how you think, how you love, and how you serve. Walk the path of Karma Yoga is to live with a pure heart and a steady mind, to see God in all beings, and to offer every act to the divine. If you live this truth sincerely, your life will become peaceful. Your heart will radiate love, and your mind will become clear as crystal. This is the essence of Karma Yoga, the purification of the mind, a journey from selfish action to selfless service, from ego to surrender, and from bondage to liberation. Act selflessly, serve with love, offer everything to the divine. In this way, your mind shall become pure, your heart shall become free, and your soul shall realize its eternal unity with God. Now we come to the teacher and student discussion. Gurus, the Guru says, Karma Yoga is not just a concept in a scripture. It is a way of living, a method to purify the mind, and a bridge to the highest truth. The Bhagavad Gītā teaches this eternal wisdom through Lord Krishna's guidance to Arjuna, a warrior trapped in confusion on the battlefield of life. Krishna does not tell him to run away from duties. He teaches him how to act without attachment and how to live without bondage. A student is asking a question. What exactly is Karma Yoga? The Guru replies, Karma Yoga means union through action. It teaches that every action we perform in thought, speech, or deed leaves an imprint on the mind. These imprints are called karma, and they shape our tendencies, our experiences, and even our future births. But the Gita reveals a great secret. We can act without creating new bondage. The student is asking another question. How is that possible? The Guru replies, by performing actions with awareness, without selfish attachment, with a pure and honest intention, and by offering all results to the divine. When we act in this spirit, the mind becomes clean and calm. A purified mind reflects the light of the true self, like a still lake reflecting the moon. A student is asking another question. If action creates bondage, why do we act at all? The Guru replies, action itself is not the problem. Attachment is the problem. We become bound when we think, what will I get from this? Will I succeed? Will people praise me? This strengthens the ego and steals our peace. The student is asking another question. What happens when we act selflessly? Guru replies, when action is done for the joy of doing, for the service of others, or as an offering to God, the ego softens. The heart expands. You feel light, free, peaceful. Selflessness is the first purification. It removes the rust covering the mind. The student is asking another question. Krishna says we have a right to action, but not to its fruits. How do I understand this? The Guru replies, this is from Bhagavad Gītā, chapter 2, verse number 47. You have the right to perform your duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. It means do your best. Act with sincerity, but do not cling to the outcome. A student is asking a question. Should I not care about success? The Guru replies, care for the action, not for the result. Success or failures are like waves on the ocean. If they come, you should remain calm. Detachment does not mean carelessness. It means inner freedom. The freedom from fear, freedom from pride, freedom from anxiety. What is dharma? A student is asking another question. What is dharma? The Guru replies, dharma is your rightful duty, your inner moral compass, and your natural role in life. Every person has duties suited to their nature and circumstances. Krishna says in the Gita, chapter 3, verse 35, better to do one's own duty imperfectly than another's duty perfectly. His student is asking another question. Why is doing my own duty so important? The Guru replies, because performing your dharma with sincerity purifies your heart. When you live in harmony with truth, your actions become peaceful, purposeful, and aligned with the divine order of the universe. A student is asking another question. Is karma yoga just about outer activity? The Guru replies, no. The inner state is even more important. Actions done carelessly, habitually, emotionally, or under the influence of desire or anger create inner bondage. But actions done with mindfulness become sacred. A mindful action purifies. An unconscious action binds. A student is asking another question. So, awareness is meditation. The Guru replies, yes. A karma yogi lives meditation through daily activities. Walking with awareness, eating with gratitude, speaking with kindness, working with sincerity. This awareness cleans the mind, removes ignorance, and brings clarity. His student is asking another question. How does service, seva, purify the mind? The Guru replies, because serving others is serving God. When you help someone without expecting anything, pride decreases, compassion increases, selfishness dissolves, the heart opens. As the saints say, the hands that serve are holier than the lips that pray. Service need not be dramatic. A gentle smile, a kind word, or a silent act of help is enough to purify the heart. A student is asking another question. What does surrender mean in Karma Yoga? The Guru replies, at the highest stage, a yogi realizes that God alone is the ultimate doer. Krishna says in Gita, chapter 9, verse 27, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give, do it as an offering unto me. This offering dissolves the feeling of I am the doer. A student is asking another question. Does surrender mean giving up effort? The Guru replies, no. It means giving up the ego that claims ownership. Life becomes peaceful when you stop struggling and start trusting the divine flow. A student is asking another question. What is the final result of Karma Yoga? The Guru replies, the purified mind becomes quiet, like a still lake. In that stillness, the light of the self shines clearly. You realize you are not the body, you are not the ego, you are pure consciousness, eternal, peaceful, free. This is moksha, liberation. The karma yogi does not run away from life, he transforms it. Every action becomes worship, every moment becomes sacred. His student is asking another question. How does action lead to wisdom? The Guru replies, At first, selfless action purifies the mind. A pure mind develops clarity. With clarity comes inner wisdom. Then a great realization arises: I am not the doer. All actions arise from the divine. When this truth dawns, you become free from fear, attachment, and sorrow. This is the highest stage of Karma Yoga. Selfless action leads to self knowledge. A student is asking another question: how do I practice Karma Yoga in my daily routine? The Guru replies, very simply, do your duties sincerely, help others whenever you can, act without expectation, keep your mind aware and calm, offer the results to the divine, accept whatever comes with humility, see God in all beings. If you practice this, your mind will become peaceful, your heart will fill with love, and your life will radiate clarity. Therefore, the final message for you is act selflessly, serve with love, be detached yet sincere, offer all actions to the divine. Through this, your mind becomes pure, your heart becomes free, and your soul realizes its eternal unity with God. Hari Om.